All right, hello everyone. This is Ryan from Elevate Security, and as requested, I'm starting up a new series, and this video will probably be the first one in it if you're watching now, and that will be a series on Linux. It was going to cover everything from basic Linux, things that you need to know as an attacker, and especially as someone pursuing the OSCP, and we will keep expanding on the topic to cover shell scripting and stuff like that, how you can use Bash to start automating some of your testing. Now, one thing that I would like to add to all this is that this knowledge here, understanding this well, is not only for people that want to optimize their time efficiency by writing scripts to automate their testing, but it's also extremely useful for Linux privilege escalation. And no matter what your stance is on automation, you're going to need to learn how to do Linux PrivEsc, not only for OSCP, but and just to be a better hacker in general, right? So yeah, this is going to help everyone. Now, I will say with this video, it's going to be pretty elementary, and if you guys are already pretty knowledgeable in Linux, maybe you want to skip over this one, but I'll let you guys be the judge for that. But I wanted to really start at the beginning and start off with the basics so that everyone can follow along, and of course we will be getting more advanced as we go here. Now, the very first thing that I wanted to start with, because I feel like this is just so essential for Linux, is that you might have seen me run a bunch of commands in the live streams or some other videos maybe, and it might seem to you like I just have all this stuff memorized. Now, I will say what the commands that I use a lot, yeah, sure, I have those memorized, but you don't have to memorize this stuff, right? You will naturally remember the stuff that you are using the most. And sorry, I got my laundry running in the background. Hopefully that's not too loud on the camera, but I really wanted to create this video content for you guys right now. I didn't want to wait, so yeah, let's get right into it. Now, what I would say is extremely important is using the man pages command. Make use of that. You don't have to memorize every flag to everything, right? Let's take something like nmap, for example. Obviously, I have that command that my default commands memorized for that because I'm running them all the time. But if someone were to ask me like, oh, how do you do this, this, or this, and it's something that I don't normally do, man, and then the name of the command. Nmap in this case, that will bring up the manual page. Man is short for manual, right? That's a command line utility in and of itself, right? We could do which man. It'll say, hey, this is a binary and user bin man. And we could say, what is man? And it'll give us a little description of it. It's an interface to the system reference manuals, right? So yeah, we can make use of that utility. And not every program is going to have a manual page, but most of them do. So we start here, and if they don't have a manual page, then you can try the command with a -h for help or a -- help, something like that. Almost always you can find some kind of help for it, unless it's just like some amateur type of tool, right? A lot of times they might not have it, but most of the cases you'll find it. Now, here it is. It opens it up in like a less type of view, if you're familiar with less, where I can scroll up or down, hit Q for quit. It's a nice way to format. Now, also I could type / and then a term that I want to search for. So say I want to search for, like, okay, I've seen people run this lowercase s, uppercase T flag, but say I don't know what that does, right? I can search for that, like so. I hit enter, and here it is. Now I can hit N for next, and that'll bring me to the next finding, and then B to go back, I believe. Yep. So that's a quick way that I can find this flag here, and then I can read up on it. Okay, this is a TCP connect scan, and this is how it works, right? It's great. So I can go off on my own and look at all the flags. Okay, here's all the port scanning techniques, and look how detailed this is. I will say this is one of the more thorough man pages, but usually if I have the option of looking at a help page or a man page, I almost always go for the man page because it's so much more detailed and thorough on average. So I can see like all of the flags, like literally every single nmap flag with a detailed explanation of what it does, and I can always reference this anytime I want. It's built in to my Linux OS here. I can always run this man command on nmap to reference it at any time. So really no harm, no foul, right? Now, another way is you don't have to remember everything. You can make notes, right? You can have notes for your most commonly used commands. This is something that I do, something that I would recommend. Certainly if you're pursuing something like OSCP, you don't want to have to use up mental RAM, mental bandwidth to constantly memorize the stuff and recall it. You're going to recall what you need to recall, right? So take notes on stuff, common commands, common flags, maybe even write down what they do so you don't have to always look at the man page, but something that's always there for you if you feel you need it. We'll take a look at one more man page before we move on here. I think you guys probably understand the basics of what I'm trying to get across here. Curl, right? We've used curl before on here. There's a man page for curl. Okay, this is transfer a URL. Okay, here's all the different things that it can do. It works with all these different protocols here, not even just HTTP, even though we probably will only use it for HTTP most of the time. It can also work with the SMB version 1 and stuff like that for upload and download. Interesting. Then you can go through and see, okay, here's the different flags that I can use. Here's the verbose way of typing these ones with the dash dash, and here's just like a dash E. This is what it does. And okay, after I type this, I could instead of dash E, I could type dash dash cert for a more verbose way, and then I need to supply it with a certificate and a password. Okay. Ciphers, and then tell it the list of ciphers you want to use. Okay. So there's all this stuff. This is stuff that I found out literally right now just by typing in the man page. Most of this stuff I'm probably not going to use, but I can search for whatever I want to find, I can look into, research detailed on how to do this, and when I'm done, I just type Q for quit. Simple as that. That is one of the most foundational things you need to know. It's surprising how many people don't know this about Linux, but this will really help you immensely in your learning journey. So one other thing that I wanted to go to in this video is start talking about redirection. Now, so yeah, I hope this video was of help, even though it was quite a short one. It's really helped me time and time again, and it's a great way to quickly reference this stuff. A lot of people don't know this exists. They're gonna open up Google and Google search this stuff when they have it right here in their terminal. And I mean, if you have it there accessible like that, I mean, why not use it, right? So yeah, I hope this was of help for you guys, and hopefully you didn't get too bored if you guys are more veteran here. But yeah, let me know down in the comments section below. We're going to keep expanding on this. We're going to keep diving in more and more to this, going down this Linux loophole. We're going to create a new playlist for it as well. So look for that playlist, the Linux playlist for OSCP. And you can keep checking back there. There should be more and more content coming in the wings. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Please like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff helps me out, lets me know you're interested, and I will see you guys in the next video.